Yo, what is up, everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to my prediction show for the Nintendo Switch presentation 2017. This is it, my boys, my dudes, PE faithful. We are in the home stretch of the Nintendo Switch presentation, and I have 5 predictions for this show. So remember, catch the show here. We streaming live, probably starting around 7 p.m., 7:30, somewhere in that range. Look in your notifications tab. You will have a reminder for that. And I'll be joined by the one and only Super Metal Dave. Yes, Super Metal Dave will be joining me here on my live stream, so make sure you tune in for that. We're going to talk about a ton of stuff before the official show starts at 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you check that out. More details, follow me on Twitter for everything latest news up to date. But let's go ahead and get into these predictions. So prediction number 1. Final Fantasy is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't know which Final Fantasy games they're going to be. I don't know how they're going to say it, but there will be at least one Final Fantasy game, major Final Fantasy game, that is announced for the Nintendo Switch from Square Enix. Let's go. So what do we have here, guys? We have Final Fantasy 15, of course. That game's already out using the Luminous engine. Not sure if that runs on Nintendo Switch at this point, but we'll have to wait and see. Or do they announce Final Fantasy 7 Remake, a game that is going to be launching first on the PlayStation? Do they announce that as that's coming to the Nintendo Switch later? A lot of people have been drawing the comparisons because of Cloud and Smash Bros. That Final Fantasy 7 Remake is going to come to Nintendo Switch, but that might be something for another day. Prediction number 2. Metroid returns to the Nintendo Switch, but an unusual developer. So a developer that you would not think of is making this game. Now, here's the thing, guys. We've all heard Obi as far as what he said, as far as Metroid returning. Liam Robertson and others are kind of backing him up as far as what they have heard, but we don't know who's going to be developing it, because lots of people are saying that it's not going to be Retro Studios, and Retro is working on a new IP or a different game. So I feel that there's going to be a very unusual developer for this game. Kind of the same impact, not necessarily in the actual game, the product that we got with Metroid Other M, but the fact that it was Team Ninja and Nintendo. It's going to be that type of splash. You're going to be scratching your head like, what? But then once you see the game and once they show it off or whatever the case is, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is going to be awesome. So that is my number 2 prediction. Metroid returns, unusual developer. Let's go. Prediction number 3, Nintendo Network and the Nintendo UI get a complete retool. So one of the major failures, in my opinion, was Nintendo's online play, online features. I felt that they were lacking. We didn't have real on-screen notifications. We didn't have a quick messaging. We did not have system-to-system voice chat as far as anywhere in the game, cross-game chat. Everything was just kind of bungled with the Nintendo Wii U's online. So I feel that with Nintendo Network, Nintendo with DNA is going to completely retool that. But what else do you need to do? Nintendo Network and your user interface, which stands for UI, goes hand in hand. Both of those will be retooled to be so stylish and sleek. I feel that it's going to be very similar to what you see on NVIDIA products when you're talking about the Shield or you're talking about the Shield tablet. Very sleek, quick, not Android based, but how they have the tiles. I do think that they are going to retool it to where it's fast, it's user friendly, and it's fun. Not only that, but the Nintendo Network is going to get retooled with DNA behind it. So I do feel that we are in for a much better experience when it comes to online, connecting with friends, navigating the settings, whatever the case is. Because remember, with the Wii U, you actually had to exit out of a game completely just to access the settings. And then when you did want to access the settings, you had to have the Wii U gamepad, and it took forever to boot up. So I think all of that is a thing of the past with NVIDIA, with DNA, and Nintendo running the show at this point. We're really going to see completely retooled UI in addition to retooled Nintendo Network. It's going to be a lot better. Prediction number 4, some surprising third-party multiplats will hit the Nintendo Switch in addition to an exclusive or two. So here's the thing, guys, Nintendo always makes a big splash. It doesn't matter what console they are unveiling. You saw it with the Wii, you saw it with the Wii U, heck, Bayonetta 2 being revealed, very surprising. With the original Wii, you had games, new IPs like Red Steel being announced for the system. So I think we're going to see some exclusives, third-party exclusives announced like that. Heck, we got Seasons of Heaven, which is an exclusive at this point to the Nintendo Switch. So I feel that there's going to be more of those shocking exclusives that we're going to see, in addition to some surprising third-party multiplats that a lot of people have been saying, I don't think this is going to come to Switch. We haven't heard any of the developers talk about it. I think we're going to see some of those type of games on the Nintendo Switch announced. Now, are they going to get everything? No, I've been on record saying that I don't think Nintendo's going to get full third-party support. It just doesn't happen with the system launching at the beginning. The Nintendo Switch needs to prove itself, but I do feel that Nintendo's probably worked out a few deals with some of those Western developers in order to get some pretty interesting and good multiplats on the system. So that's what we're going to see when the Nintendo Switch presentation goes down over that hour or so. So I'm really excited for that. And lastly, my final prediction, Nintendo will announce a brand new IP and it will have the same impact for core gamers as Metroid Prime did on the GameCube. So I think that they're going to announce something that is so advanced as far as for Nintendo's own doing. So it's going to be a graphical showcase somewhat, a style and graphics showcase for that hardware. When you dock that thing up, when you play it on your TV, it's going to look beautiful. When you take it on the go, it's going to look beautiful. It's going to be an IP that we've never heard of at this point, but a very seasoned developer will be developing on. Now, this is just my prediction, guys. This is not anything that I do know for sure, but that's what I think. It's going to be one of Nintendo's seasoned developers developing a brand new IP that's going to have that same impact, that same eye candy shock factor that the original Metroid Prime had on the GameCube back in 2000, 2001 when we first saw that, which there was some outrage from some Metroid fans like, what is this? This isn't Metroid. But at the same time, people were like, man, these graphics look amazing, and it was 60 frames per second. I think that's what we're going to see on the Nintendo Switch, a 1080p 60 frames per second game that just looks beautiful, new IP, and people are really like, wow, this is amazing. Or heck, it might even be an IP that we already know of, just remade in a completely different way like Metroid Prime was. So those are my predictions, guys. What do you think, and what are your predictions? Please let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Remember, guys, 8 p.m. Pacific time is when the show goes down on Thursday. Join us here for about an hour 30 minutes earlier. We're going to have Super Metal Dave on the pre-show. We're going to be streaming it live. It's going to be lit, so make sure you check it out, guys. It's going to be awesome. And remember, have fun, guys. Video games are to have fun, and we're going to be having a lot of fun at this presentation because this is going to be awesome. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything in gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.